What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The GOAT Show. Today we will be doing our Week 4 predictions. Blake's record right now is 46-20, and my record is 50-16. The first game up, we have Virginia at Syracuse. This is a good ACC battle. I'm going with Cuse winning this game 31-23. Blake, who do you have?
Tate, in this game, I also have Syracuse winning. I just see them winning big, 32-16.
Next game up, we have Duke at Kansas. Both teams are blue bloods in college basketball. Kansas has looked very good this year. They just beat up on a Houston team, and they also beat West Virginia, who West Virginia destroyed Virginia Tech last night. Duke's best one is playing Northwestern right now. I think Kansas is a better all-around team, so I have Kansas winning 35-27. Blake, who do you have?
Tate, I also agree. In this game, I have Kansas winning 57-34. I just feel like Duke won't have an answer to stop that Kansas offense.
Next up, we have Notre Dame at UNC. Notre Dame has looked very bad this year, and I don't think they're going to be able to keep up with North Carolina's offense. I have North Carolina winning 45-21. Blake, who do you have?
Tate, I have Notre Dame winning this one, 34-24. I just feel like everyone's writing Notre Dame off. They have a pretty solid defense still. I think they're going to shock people this weekend and come out with a win.
Next up, we have Indiana at Cincinnati. Cincinnati was able to win last year down in Indiana, and I expect the same this year. I expect them to win 34-27. Cincinnati almost beat an Arkansas team, and I feel like Cincinnati is the best Group of 5 team right now. It's a debate between BYU and Cincinnati right now, but I have Cincinnati winning this game 34-27. Blake, who do you have?
In this game, I have Indiana winning 33-32 in a very tight one. I feel like Connor Beslick is going to be able to pick this Cincinnati defense apart and come up with a win this weekend, Tate.
Next up, we have a good Pac-12 battle. We have Oregon at Washington State. Washington State already has a nice win this year, beating Wisconsin. I do like what I see from Washington State, but Oregon, they cannot afford another loss. Otherwise, they'll probably be out of playoff contention. So I have Bo Nix having a pretty solid game since he's not facing Georgia. But I'm going to go with the Ducks winning this one and a tight one, 38-34. Blake, who do you have?
Tate, in this game, Bo Nix will not be Bo Picks in this game. He will throw a couple of touchdown passes, not picks. I have Oregon winning 35-21.
Next up, we have a battle of the Big Ten. We have 2-1 Hawkeyes at the 3-0 Rutgers. Rutgers has a pretty solid win over Boston College this week. And Iowa actually scored some points last week, beating Nevada 27-0. If this was at Kinnick Stadium, I would go with the Hawkeyes. But it's at Rutgers. Rutgers is off to a hot start. I'm going Rutgers in a boring game, 17-14. Blake, who do you have?
Tate, in this game, I have Iowa winning 17-13. I just trust that Iowa defense more than that Rutgers offense moving that ball against their defense. Rutgers have gotten off to a rough start 3-0, but they also have had very sloppy wins in the process. So I got Iowa winning that game, Tate.
What was your final score?
Final score was 17-13.
Next up, we have an SEC battle. This game is probably not going to be close at all. We have Vanderbilt at Alabama. I'm not going to say much about this. Alabama is winning 51-23. Blake, who do you have?
Tate, I agree. I feel like Bama's going to go out and do Bama things. Win this big, 48-14. Give me Bama.
Next up, we have a potential upset game. Big 12 battle, we got Kansas State Wildcats at Oklahoma Sooners. This, in my opinion, Oklahoma's going to win this game. I did not like what I've seen from Kansas State last week against Tulane. They ended up losing, getting upset. I do think Oklahoma's going to be able to maintain Martinez on the defensive side of the ball. And I like what I see from this Oklahoma team, and I think they pull out this one 41-28. Blake, who do you have?
Hey, I have this game being pretty close with Oklahoma coming out on top 37-34. I feel like Kansas State is trying to have a big bounce back week after an embarrassing loss to Tulane last week. So I have Kansas keeping it close, but Oklahoma coming out on top tape.
Next up, we have Boston College at Florida State. Uh, Jordan Travis's status is still undecided for the game, but he's working his way to play the game. But whether he plays or Rudemaker plays, I have Florida State winning this game. If Travis plays, I have them winning by 21. But if he doesn't, I still have them winning 31-17 over Boston College. Blake, who do you have?
Taking this one, I have this game being very close, coming down to a game-winning field goal for Florida State to win the game 34-31. Like you said, Travis is undecided, but I feel like either way, Florida State's still gonna come up to win this weekend tape.
Next up, we have a potential upset game once again. We have a good Pac-12 battle. We have USC at Oregon State. I'm smelling it. I'm smelling an upset game. I just don't think USC is going to be ready, and I feel like Oregon State's going to take the win. I have this game going to the overtime, and I have Oregon State pulling it out. USC and Oregon State, they're both very solid programs. USC is a much more talented team all around. But I like what I've seen from Oregon State this year. Are they the better team? No. But will they be the better team on Saturday? Yes. Mark it. Oregon State wins. Blake, who do you have?
Tate, in this game, I do not see an upset happening. I see USC winning 43-22. I could see a little first half magic by Oregon State keeping it close, but there ain't no way Caleb Williams is going to be shut out or slowed down at all by this Oregon State defense. Give me USC for the win.
Next up, we have another potential upset game. Stanford's coming off a bye week, and Washington is coming off an outstanding win against Michigan State. I do have Washington winning this game 44-35. I expect a very solid game from Penix. But Blake, who do you have?
Taking this game, I have this game also being close. I have Washington squeaking off the win 45-42. I feel like they might have a little hangover after a big win against Michigan State last week. It could be an upset against Stanford this week. But give me Washington.
Next up, we have Kent State at Georgia. I'm going to keep this short. I don't see this being close. I have Georgia winning 49-7.
I also agree there, Tate. I feel like Georgia's going to pull all their starters by the end of first quarter. Give me Georgia 31-0.
Next up, we have TCU at Southern Methodist University. I feel like this is going to be a very close game. I don't think it's going to be as high scoring as most people think. It will be pretty high scoring, though. I'm going to go with the Horned Frogs winning 32-28. Blake, who do you have?
Tate, in this game, I have TCU winning 45-40. SMU should have won the game last week against Maryland, but fell apart and Maryland ended up winning. I like TCU's quarterback Diggins. I don't think they're going to be able to stop him. Give me TCU this weekend, Tate.
Next up, we have another potential upset game. The Battle of Texas. 2-1 Texas against 2-1 Texas Tech. I like this Texas team this year. Like I said, their defense is very good. I'm pretty sure Hurd will be starting for Texas again. He got the job done last week, and I have him get the job done this week in a close game, winning 28-27. Blake, who do you have?
I also agree, Tate. Texas defense looks very solid. I just don't see that Texas Tech being able to move the ball in the offense enough to beat Texas. This Texas team. Give me Texas 31-27.
Next up, we have Maryland at Michigan. Both teams are 3-0 in the Big Ten East right now. Michigan beat Maryland 59-3 last year and has a very, very good win for them. Previously, they put Ohio State after the Maryland game, and they ended up being Ohio State. This year, I have it being closer. I do think Michigan wins, but it's going to be 48-17. Blake, who do you have?
Tate, I also have Michigan winning this game 39-12. I just feel like Maryland's offense hasn't been tested against this kind of defense they're about to be tested against this week. Give me Michigan for the win, 39-12. Tate.
Next up, we have a very solid Big 12 matchup. We have 2-1 Baylor Bears versus 3-0 Cyclones. I've liked what I've seen from Iowa State this year. They have a good one against Iowa. But Baylor overall is a better team in my opinion. And Baylor, they can't afford a loss. And they're playing for the playoffs at this point. So I'm going to go with the Baylor Bears winning this game 33-30. Blake, who do you have?
Tate, in this game, I have Baylor winning this game 21-7 against Iowa State. I like Blake Sharp in this game. Expect big things throughout the season from this guy. Give me them Baylor Bears, Tate.
Next up, we have another Big Ten battle. We have Michigan State at Minnesota. This game's going to be a good one. Michigan State's run defense is actually pretty solid. It's their pass defense that's the problem. So I could see Michigan State winning this game. But I just don't think they're going to be able to bounce back from that Washington loss. And Minnesota is on a roll right now. I'm going to go with the Gophers 28-24. Blake, who do you have?
Tate, in this game, I have Michigan State winning 35-21. I feel like Michigan State needs to bounce back after that big loss last week against Washington. Look for Michigan State to be hungry. Give me Michigan State this week, Tate.
Next up, we have a great SEC battle. We have Florida at Tennessee. As you guys know, Florida lost to Kentucky, and they fell to 2-1. Tennessee beat Pitt in overtime, and they are now 3-0. But I think Tennessee's going to win this one. Florida is actually on a currently 8-game win streak against Tennessee. I like what I've seen from Tennessee. I'm gonna go with the Volunteers winning this one, 31-27. Blake, who do you have?
Tate, in this game, I have Florida winning 27-24. This is gonna be a real doghouse fight there, Tate. But I have Florida. I feel like Anthony Richardson is gonna get that hype back in his name after a bad couple weeks.
Next up, we actually have a very solid game. We have Arkansas at Texas A&M. Arkansas was ranked as the worst pass defense, but it's a good thing that Texas A&M's offense is not as good as people think. But I'm going to go with Arkansas winning this one 45-42. Blake, who do you have?
Tate, in this game, I have Arkansas winning 35-32. Give me KJ Jefferson. Give me the Razorbacks. Mark it. Arkansas to win this weekend, Tate.
Next up, we have a Big Ten battle. We have Wisconsin at Ohio State. We've seen this matchup a lot of times in past years in the Big Ten championships. But Wisconsin's defense, I feel like, will put up a fight against the Ohio State offense. I have the score being 35-24. I don't see Ohio State scoring 40 on this team. Wisconsin was ranked as a number 3 defense last year, and I expect Ohio State to win this game 35-24. Blake, who do you have?
Tate, in this game, I have Ohio State winning 37-31. I have this game being very close. I just feel like Ohio State's offense is going to be able to put away in the closing seconds on the game, Tate.
So here is our game of the week. We have Clemson at Wake Forest. Wake Forest coming off a 1-point win against Liberty. Clemson coming off a 28-point win against Louisiana Tech. I'm not very confident in either of these teams this year so far. Neither have proved that they're a top 5 team, especially Clemson. If Wake Forest wins this, they will be in my rankings, obviously. But I don't even think both these teams are in the top 10 right now. But I'm going to go with Wake Forest winning this game 37-31. Mark it. Blake, who do you have?
Tate, I really wanted to go with Wake Forest in this game. But for some reason, I feel like Clemson's going to clown on Wake Forest this week and win 37-24. Give me the Clemson Tigers, Tate.
Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. But comment who you have winning the Clemson and Wake Forest game. Comment the Ohio State-Wisconsin game. Drop your top 5 games and who you have winning. Until then, peace out, Goat Show.
Go Show out!